Welcome back to the KBRC ahead of race number 2 here, the AQUILA Mining Proprietary Limited Maiden over the 1400 metres. Runners are in the yard here, Michael, so we'll commence our preview. Lisa Staples, as mentioned, will be riding here, fulfilling the rest of her rides on today's program. But the one is King of France, hopefully getting the job done today. Start number 31, Brock Lewthwaite, Chris Nicol.
Off the double backup here, race here on the 27th of July, ran a next second to the $1.30 favourite Heavy Metal, then backed up 7 days later, was beaten a nose by Styling, the favourite, and then backs up 7 days again today. He does step to 1400 metres, which probably is at the limit of his distance range, but geez, going close, he certainly goes into the mix.
The 2 is Cousin Mortimer, a bit of a take 2 here for this galloper. Has headed out onto track early, and Keshaw Duran has made it around there safely with David Smith training.
Well, this was the horse that was supposed to race last Sunday, and unfortunately, I think he reared in the barrier in the mounting yard, and he hit Luke Campbell, who was suffered a concussion from that hit, and the horse was a late scratching. So he is now 5 weeks between runs, Cousin Mortimer. He's a 17-start maiden, but this is probably a grade easier than what he's been racing in Perth. My main concern is that he's a natural get-back type, and I am playing horses close to the speed today. He's probably going to be back in the second half of the field.
The 3, the current favourite in Perfect Ruler, $5 into $3.80, Helen Harding and Zephyr Johnson Porter.
This is the horse I'm with as well, certainly knocking on the door, 1600 metres back to 1400 metres here, so has fitness on his side. Had been racing in stronger races before coming to Kalgoorlie 2 starts ago. Has tactical speed. Zephyr Johnson Porter and Helen Harding are going really well combining at the moment, and whilst King of France is the logical leader, I think Perfect Ruler could sit outside him here, and I thought was the horse to beat.
The 4 is Prince of Bondi, Crystal Burns and Lisa Staples.
Came to the Kalgoorlie season as an unplaced 8-start maiden, but since then 2 starts, 2 placings. 2 starts ago he hit the line really well this track distance. He ran the fastest last furlong. Last start he had a nice run in transit. It was an even run, ran 3rd, beaten 2 lengths. Now comes back to the 1400 metres though, where he did produce that really good effort 2 starts back. So whilst he's found it difficult to break through, he seems to be going better here in the Goldfields.
Another Bondi galloper is the 5 in Bondi's son, Brock Lewthwaite and Laqdar Romoly.
I'm going to put this horse into my numbers. Second run for Brock Lewthwaite, and I think the extra 100 metres here suits, especially from a soft draw. He backs up off 7 days with a double backup twice in a row. He did drop back from a mile to 1300 metres last week, but he really got going late. He ran the fastest last furlong and he caught the eye the last 100 or 200 metres. An extra 100 metres here I think is ideal, and he's drawn well as well.
The 6 is Nearly Gonna Ring Ya, Helen Harding and Maddie Derrick.
Backs up off 7 days here, an unplaced 3-start maiden, but this horse has been really well beaten at the 3 starts to date. Steps up to 1400 metres for the first time. Not for me.
The 7 is Midsummer Mist, Mac Hall and Shani Webster.
Freshened here, a month between runs, but drops 3 kilos and has drawn well. Would have to improve though, beaten 6.5 first up, 10 lengths second up. Did debut over a mile as well, which suggests that he's more of a dour type. This is the first time he's raced over the 1400 metres.
The 8, a galloper quite well supported in the market, $61 into $26. Pretty in Pearls, Paul Tapper, Natika Riordan.
Has been going okay, but only placing to date was in a Geraldton maiden quite some time ago. I think that was on debut, in fact. Since then, 9 starts unplaced, so I thought she'd have to improve. She does get blinkers on, though, and drops back to 1400 metres, whilst also dropping weight with the booking of a apprentice, taking over from a senior.
The 9 is Inner Joy, Ricky Brown and Chanel Cooper.
This horse was steady out last start and never really came into it. Was beaten a long way in the end. 2 starts ago was well beaten as well. The start prior to that was actually pretty good, but certainly tapered off the last couple and has drawn sticky here. I thought mapped quite awkwardly.
Luminous Lady is the 10 and has just her 3rd race start today. Brett Jury, Alex Hearn.
Former Peters Investments mare, this now 4-year-old. She's got no early speed, which is her biggest detriment at the moment, because first up it was a cracker of a run. She hit the line really well, and then last start she did the same. She was a long way off them, and she made up late ground. She made up about 4 lengths the last 200 metres alone. That was over 1200 metres. She now steps to 1400. I think she's been crying out for this trip, maybe even a mile, so I've got her in the mix, but just her lack of gate speed, she probably settles last again, which works against her.
Another galloper having only 3rd race start today today. So many stories. Dan and Ben Pearce, and Joey has a party.
Second up from a spell here. First up had a nice enough run, but travelled well in the run, but just seemed to run out of steam in the straight. Ended up going backwards, finished 8th of 9. Wasn't a stronger maiden though at Northam, and had 2 trials leading into that run. Perhaps could be an improver, just needs a bit of luck from the gate. And I did like the fact that on the race debut effort last preparation, it was a pretty strong maiden. There's been 4 winners come out of that Come On Emma race.
Runners still making their way around to the barriers. We're just under 2.5 minutes until the scheduled start time now at 2:13 here in West Australia time. Perfect Ruler is the favourite, $5 into $3.60, now at $3.80 for Helen Harding and Zephyr Johnston Porter. Cousin Mortimer the next best, and hopefully goes around all well and good here today. Keshaw Duran is behind the barriers, so that is a big, big positive. $4 out to $4.20. Prince of Bondi, the next best, $6.50 into $4.80. Bondi's Son, $14 into $5.50, now at $6.50. King of France hopefully can lead all the way and get the job done here at start number 31. Deserves a win as well after the last 2 efforts. Is $3 out to $7.50. Luminous Lady is $5 out to $7.50. Pretty in Pearls, $61 into $31. Into $31, and higher the rest. Michael, how do we see things playing out in the second?
3, 1, 5 and 10. Mike Quinella here, I think will settle 1-2. I'm going for Perfect Ruler, who has that fitness edge, dropping back from a mile, has been knocking on the door all preparation, was contesting stronger races before coming to Kalgoorlie a couple of starts back, and I thought his last start effort was pretty good. I like the fact he's got tactical speed as well. He's actually led 3 of his last 5, but I can't really envisage him leading King of France here, because King of France is very, very quick and only knows one way. But hopefully Perfect Ruler can position up outside of him, and I think he'll be stronger at the back end of 1,400 metres. So I'm going 3 Perfect Ruler from 1 King of France. He's off the double back up here, 2 7-day turnarounds in a row. 1,400 metres is probably as far as he wants, but he's been awfully close. He's beaten a total of a neck his last 2 starts. 5 Bondi's Son, the stablemate, very good last start, and 10 in Luminous Lady. Gets back, but should be doing best work late. 3, 1, 5, 10.
3, 1, 5, 10 here for Michael Heaton ahead of the AQUILA Mining Proprietary Limited Maiden over the 1,400 metres. 3 on top in Perfect Ruler at $3.80 for Helen Harding and Zephyr Johnston Porter. Runners are making their way in nicely to the barriers now in the hands of the starter. So we'll hand you up to Royce to call us home.
Yes, welcome back. Runners coming along here for race number 2. This is the AQUILA Mining Proprietary Limited Maiden over the 1,400. Your favourite is Perfect Ruler at $3.80. It's a wide open affair. Cousin Mortimer at $4.20, and then $4.80 Prince of Bondi. Bondi's Son at $7. King of France and Luminous Lady both at $7.50. So wide open betting affair, that's for sure. And revised start time of 13 minutes past 2 for this race. As Cousin Mortimer goes forward, we're set. This is race number 2. Starter waste no time and dispatch the field with early speed. Perfect Ruler working forward. Likewise, King of France just settling in behind these. Cousin Mortimer, Inner Joy out wide trying to find a position. Followed next of all by Bondi's Son. And then we had Luminous Lady in the middle part of the field being passed by Pretty in Pearls the fence. And then to the outside, Midsummer Mist in company with Prince of Bondi. A further 2 then to So Many Stories. And Nearly Gonna Ring Ya is at the tail. So they're in the back straight with 900 metres to run, and it's King of France who shows the way by a length and a half. Running second is Inner Joy. They were followed by Perfect Ruler, run of the race on the leader's back. They were followed next of all. We have Bondi's Son, and then down on the inside, Pretty in Pearls. Cousin Mortimer midfield. Next of all was Prince of Bondi, followed by Midsummer Mist. To the outside, Luminous Lady. A further 3 lengths then. We've got So Many Stories who's spotting the leader 8 lengths, and Nearly Gonna Ring Ya is at the tail, but it's King of France held together with 400 metres to run. Chose the way by 2 lengths now. Perfect Ruler put under pressure. They were followed by Bondi's Son, who starts to get into the race at the right time. Then Prince of Bondi starting to extend further back to Pretty in Pearls. Then Cousin Mortimer heading the remainder. It's King of France on the outside. Bondi's Son trying to level up, and Perfect Ruler between them. King of France now Bondi's Son. It's Bondi's Son who hit the lead, drawing away in the final stages. Bondi's Son goes on and wins by 2.5. Perfect Ruler second. Third across the the line, King of France. They were followed in by Prince of Bondi. Then we had Pretty in Pearls, Midsummer Miss, So Many Stories, Luminous Lady. Well, back then to Cousin Mortimer, a big break to Nearly Gonna Ring Ya, and Inner Joy was last to greet the judge. Well, Bondi's Son breaks through today at start. Number 12, formerly with Mac Hall, recently acquired by Brock Lewthwaite. I believe this horse is for sale at the moment on the Inglis platform. And Bondi's Son does it in good style today on the soft 6 track. 5 goes into the frame for Brock Lewthwaite. Laqdar Romoly in the saddle. 3 gets second, Perfect Ruler. Every possible chance there. It was a real slog up the straight. They've ran 1:27.35. They're definitely getting into this track. Number 1, King of France, was third, and 4, Prince of Bondi, fourth. 5, 3, 1 and 4 the numbers. Bondi's Son, your winner by Bondi from Black Misty. A Lonro mare owned by M. Urquhart, also D. Matricati, A. Newen, R. Matricati, Mac Hall, M. Foster, Mrs. K. Foster, B. Chapman, F. Simba, J. Meyer, and Miss J. Leeson. Trained by Brock Lewthwaite, ridden by Laqdar Romoly. Second across the line, the 3, that's Perfect Ruler for Helen Harding, and Zephyr Johnston Porter by Universal Ruler from Perfect Attraction, owned by Chris Harding, B. Sullivan, M. Hayden, and Miss J. Taskinen. Third in was King of France for Brock Lewthwaite and Chris Nicol by Bondi from Fontainebleau, owned by D. Martin and D. Norris. And fourth in was the 4, Prince of Bondi, Crystal Burns and Lisa Staples. Race 3 is next, the Price Mining Services Handicap. We're going over the 21.30 to a field of 8 to run. Sunny Times is your favourite at $3. Let's head down into the yard and hear after the win of Bondi's Son in race number 2.
Thanks, Royce. I did just catch up quickly with Brock, but as we can see on screen, he is on strapping duties here and very happy indeed. Only a recent acquisition to his yard, and Bondi's Son, we just talked about off camera as well, Michael, has been racing quite well, and great to see him break through here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Off the double back up here. This is the first race that we've seen horses have backed up 3 weeks in a row race, and Bondi's Son wins. King of France runs second, so there might be something in that. Laqdar Romoly came here to ride for Peter Fernie today, but he's ridden a winner for Brock Lewthwaite. Lucky this horse appeared to have a lovely run in behind the speed, because the stablemate went pretty quick in front and you were just able to stalk them and get every chance at the late stage.
Yeah, and this horse, his last few starts was very improving. Last start had a very tough run and still finished up third. And today with the gate, it was more easy to have a good spot and the speed was on. And yeah, he was traveling nice everywhere, and up the straight he just gave me a good kick to win.
3 different distances the last 3 starts, a mile, a couple of starts back, 1,300, now 1,400. What sort of feel did he give you that he might relish the most?
I think when more distant, 14, 16, even 18, and like today it was a 3 weeks back up. And yeah, just an improving horse. Will be good around here in Esperance.
You've come here to ride for Pete today. You've got a lovely book of rides. Is there one horse in particular you're looking forward to?
I think in the Cup should goes all right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There's Laqdar Romoly combining with Brock Lewthwaite and Bondi's Son at $7.20, $2.50 the place there as well. So hopefully you were able to take something home here in the second. The AQUILA Mining Proprietary Limited maiden over the 1,400 metres. Numbers here 5, 3, 1 and 4. We have a rescheduled start time for race number 3 now at 2:43. So we won't be too far away from the commencement of our next preview.